So I'm back and so is Pillars of Eternity. My name is Dude the Dutch and let's get back to business. There was a lot to do because I picked up a whole bunch of
Sure.
quests. So we need to get to work. Now I pretty much did everything. So there was a shipment for the smithy that should be coming in, but I don't know where to go first, if I'm gonna be honest with you. To be honest, let's first actually check out the temple, see what we can find in there. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be something of interest in there, if we're allowed in at all. This could also be a bad idea, but we're just going to have to see. Wharton. Hello? Who's there? A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious look as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care. If you mean to go in, he casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you warily. Maybe you'd have better luck. What happened to you? I was trying to avoid the spiders. He breathes a quiet laugh. Ran into a scolder. Might have gone a little better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword right out of my hand. Good blade too. Probably still lying there in the dust. He smiles warily. But I'm not, so that's alright. It's not a bad wound. I think just hurts. What are you doing down here? These ruins around us used to be the temple of Eophas, the scattered god, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Durwood, from Rayadsaris even. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads their god was dead and gone. Is this really the time for a history lesson? Lord Riedrink allowed them to worship? Lord Riedrink would clear out the place from time to time, make arrests. It wasn't until the legacy that he started. Losing patience. He sent his guards in to put the priests to the sword, bring the place down, burn some of the books, and that was that. He looks away. What's this legacy? The cause of the corpses in that tree, for starters? That's putting it might simply, but yes, indirectly. Sir Dwidwin's legacy. The man that housed the scattered god at a time, Lord Riedric, fought in that one. When they brought the god down, we had us a celebration here in town. We thought things would never be better. Started some time after that, the disease or whatever it is. Children being born without the stuff that makes them truly alive. Just empty shells and their mothers screaming and crying. He let out a long breath. It's destroyed us. Gilded Vale, I mean. The thinking is it's Widewin's having a last laugh. Strikes me as a little petty, even for a dead god. He smiles thinly. But Lord Riedric believes it. That's all that matters. Get to the point. As you like. Once the legacy started, Lord Riedric decided he'd been too lenient with Eophasians. He had his people go in and put them all to the sword. Left them down there buried under a heap of rock. Heretics or not, their deaths didn't stop the legacy. Didn't do much of anything at all. They didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Wharton breathes out. No small tasks. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. Alof's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. Well, I'm meant to be in and out, nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone. It's just Lord Riedrich's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause, though, isn't it? And you could make some coin in the process. I have some questions first. Why can't you do this yourself? Well, I tried, only it got a short ways in before I got over my head. I haven't raised a blade in a long time. Turns out it isn't something you can just pick up again. But you look like you can handle yourself. Who are you anyway? Wharton offers a weak grin. Name's Wharton. I've lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be. He shrugs and looks away. I used to help the temple sometimes, bring supplies, that's all. Won't Lord Riedrich mind us digging around down there? I wouldn't go telling him about it. Lingering in these places, it's no good for anyone. But you do this quick and quiet, and we can do right by those priests without raising a fuss. What's this legacy? Already had that. Any chance there's something down there that worth a little more than some old bones? Worden looks around. Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me. And I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favor for me while you're at it. I have no more questions. Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I buried them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but if we don't get them out now, Riedrich's liable to destroy whatever's left of them. I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. Wharton looks up at the stairs. You might talk to that Adair fellow, if Riedrich hasn't hanged him yet. Word is he's a follower of the dead god. Maybe he'll know something more about this place. He's usually out by the smithy. I'll wait here by the stairs and take a look and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Okay, so let's first go. What was it again? The guy's name was Adair, right? Or something like that. Interesting, though. We're getting some curious information. Could you at least move a little faster? The smell of pipe smoke at once earthy and sweet winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Oh, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Right. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
I'm a cipher, so this is a bad thing. I'm in trouble, aren't I,
Of
for
course,
just
seeing
being
you
that
with
what I
that
am?
funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Riedrich sent men down the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Riedrich's overthrow. He said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. No, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on a tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Riedrich, then for protecting me. Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides that he's the living incarnation of Eophas. Overthrows Red Ceres and marches on Durwood, so we gave him a Durwooden hello. Who's Eophas? God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him man something different where you're from. What's a Durwooden hello?
Blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. I had other questions. What does your town have against you?
Picked the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame.
Typical behavior.
I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Typical behavior from nobility and guardsmen, I'd say. Alov glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hanging. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Widewind's legacy started with Widewind. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Quai Noir. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
Okay.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
I have a tendency to bring up old ideas with people. That usually is the case with the protagonist.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Yeah. Not particularly. Depends on your attitude. There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Let's get going. Alright.
Hey.
Okay, he's got that, and he's a defender. Let's check out his... Oh, he doesn't have lousy weapons, I'll give him that. He could use a helmet. There we go. Saints War Armor. Medium shield heater. Medium shield round. It's pretty much the same, so that doesn't really matter. Let's switch this up. Alrighty then.
Alright then.
Huh?
I think it's about time for a little adventuring, I'd say. Let's see his abilities. Wait, he doesn't really have them? Alrighty then. I think it's about time we have a little trip down into Voodoo. I think this should be considered as the first dungeon. Just in case... Real quick, I just need to make sure I know the controls. What was the... There is a... there's no quick save button? That's a bit odd. Well, we have... Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This will be the gate we go. Okay, well that was simple. Creepy, but simple. This place in general is a bit creepy. It shouldn't be a problem, it's just a... Initiate's note. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Visitors to the ritual floor. Rectrix Obricus says redemption for even these, or God, and struck the largest bell first rather than second. The rest is illegible. Camping supplies. Well, that's always a good thing to have. Could I talk to this guy?
Hey.
I hope that old watcher's still there. It's been years since I heard anything about him. Let's keep moving. I'll do the talking later. Okay. I think it's best if we move him to the back. You kick the crap out of that. And you blast that thing.
So snake.
Let's go.
Alrighty then. There we go.
Right.
I'm stuck.
Alright, let's see how this thing works. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I want to see this thing in action. Just do it already.
Hey.
Pick the damn thing. You should just move around it. It's not that hard. See? Not that difficult.
Yeah.
He's way higher than the rest of us. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. There's a box. What's in the box? Turquoise and a letter home. Mother, I have asked Brother Edric to carry this letter to you, for he travels to New Heomar come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of an unexpected homecoming. For I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix or Brika will not approve, but the letter trails off there. Here. I guess we just take everything.
Sure.
Let's have a quick look-sees. Seems to be alright. Alrighty then. Time for more exploring through the temple. Whatever's left. Ooh, that seems like the big chamber. Damn it, there are more chambers that look like the big one. You know, like a progressive kind of chamber. Well, there's someone there. I don't know if we should just... You know what, let's... What the hell? Will-o-wisp. I think I should be able to... They did something, I think. Can you do something? Do you have any... Well, this is not going so well.
Yes.
Oh, he's in a confused state, I think.
Hi?
What's this thing? Will of Wisp. Will-o-wisp.
Let's have it out!
Why aren't you two idiots attacking? There we go. And now this guy. This thing, whatever. The hell was that? That was a little too intense. Well, there's something there. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it is faded. In this, whoa. This time of hardship must have just as faith in ourselves.
Hey.
Maybe he can do something with it. Can he maybe do something with it? Nope. But I did see a loose stone. And it has Audra. Whatever that might be. I think it is best if we get this guy to move in front. Can I move the... Focusing is always better.
Yeah.
Use the shield. You use spell thingy. Whoa, that is one big blast. What does this do? Actually, just attack. One of them is poisoned, sickened, whatever.
Right.
There's a spider.
Keeping an eye out.
Let's see if I can do something. Alright, everybody just attack. I need something like a long sword. Or a great sword, better said. Now that seems like,
Sure.
you know, the way to the big thingy. So, let's see what this little side passage can do for us. Seems like an archive. Uh-oh. Wait, what damage would... Okay, well that seems bad. Let's get this guy. You, knock him on his ass. Well, you... Go after
How
this
may I
dude.
help?
Let's see how this works. Pretty cool. You keep focusing on... Oh, that thing is already dead. Things aren't going too badly.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
You might want to start... You get him. You... Well, it wouldn't hurt, but...
Yes?
Arcane Assault. Hey, you're supposed to be fighting.
That's it!
Uh-oh, when a character's health bar begins flashing red, it is a sign that they may soon be maimed or killed. Rest at an inn or use camping supplies to fully restore health. Okay. Well, there's an inn nearby. Sculder Ear. I think I'll just put that in the stash. If health reaches 0, the character will immediately drop. Depending on your difficulty setting, the character will either be maimed or killed. A maimed character suffers severe combat penalties and will die if they take any additional damage. Killed characters are just dead, and in Pillars of Eternity, there's no coming back. I guess we could just rest here. Yeah, why not?